So I am here to speak to you today about immigration. And I do so as a woman, as a Latina, as a daughter of immigrants. And so starting, I wanted to just kind of get a feel for the audience by asking those of you who are first-generation immigrants to please stand. Those of you who are second generation, please stand. Stay standing, please. Second generation, please stand. Third generation. Fourth generation. Fifth generation. Everyone who feels that their parents were immigrants to this great nation, please stand. Okay. Thank you very much. The reason that I did this is that the issue of immigration has been marginalized. It has become an issue which we as an American people have not always collectively owned. And to me, it's very exciting to see this organization, to see our speakers truly owning it as a part of what we need to own in this political landscape. The reason that I state that is because when you marginalize the issue of immigration, then when you have to talk about things like comprehensive immigration reform, it becomes something that is scary for political candidates to take on. Why? Because they feel that if they speak to something that will truly make a difference in this nation, that will truly be equitable, there will be a tremendous political backlash. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't want candidates who are just looking at the polls, who are just looking at what the different surveys are telling them insofar as what they need to stand for. And so that's why it's so critical for us to bring our voice forward, to tell them what we feel and what we believe in as it relates to immigration. Now, I was invited here today to speak about immigration and specifically what are some of the things that are desirable. And I will tell you, comprehensive immigration reform, bravery, true leadership from whoever will be our next president is critical if we are to progress as a nation. Otherwise, we will continue to have a secondary class of people in this nation, and that, to me, a believer in this American dream and the possibility that it presents, is completely unacceptable. So, what else is needed besides comprehensive immigration reform, which will encompass a lot? I don't know if you've been following the horrible situation with regards to what's happening with ICE and the raids, the immigration raids. This cannot continue. We need a president that will stand up and say, these people came to this nation in search of the American dream. We are not going to raid these communities and put them in detention centers, which are privately owned for profitable corporations. Simply unacceptable. We need a president to stand up and say, this will not be allowed anymore. Yes. We need a president who is going to stand forward and say, these detention centers, first of all, should they even exist? We'll do that question. Right. So, but in the context of the present existence, the violations of human rights which are happening are atrocious. Have you heard of the deaths that have happened in these detention centers? Deaths of American citizens from different nationalities. You think of immigration, you think of the Latino community. Well, one of the tragic deaths that just happened to an Asian immigrant. So it is an issue that it really transcends more than one community, and I'm so excited to see you here embracing that. What else is needed? We need to look at this, as our speakers have said earlier, more holistically. We are a world. This is a global economy. We need to look at the reason. Why are these people here? Why is it that after NAFTA, the streams of immigrants from Latin America increased exponentially? Why? Because it's an economic issue. These people, and as women, we care about families, right? We care about putting food on the table of our children, of our grandchildren. And you know what? A lot of these people are emigrating because that's what they're looking to do. And it's in that context that we need to look at it. We really need to take a broader reform, work with these countries. When we're looking at trade agreements such as NAFTA, CAFTA, they don't have the labor regulations that are necessary. They're not looking at the environmental impact. And they're causing a really difficult situation in the communities from which they're really pushing people to migrate because they're not able to put food on the table for their communities. So I tell you, and I believe that from what I've heard today, we are one in solidarity around this, that we have an incredible opportunity as a people, as a woman, right? Brown, white, black, all of us together and really striving to make this nation what it could be. Because I don't know about all of you, but I believe in the promise of what America can hold. I don't think we've always executed it well, and that's where we come into play. That's where we, as the grassroots, as the citizenry, as the people that are stepping up into leadership, and I encourage all of you that because it's not just for the presidential candidates to take forward, think about running for public office. Can you imagine how powerful it will be if all of the women sitting in this room held political office and were able to make an impact and a difference?